in Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I've got out all my scraps and pieces that I've cut out. So these are mainly die cuts that I've cut out and not used for projects, and some little pieces of lacy die cuts, all pieces of scrap paper, etc. I'm going to be making some card embellishments. So these are going to be they're made ready to go. You can just stick them onto a card, onto a gift tag, or you could use them for your scrapbooking. And I've actually tried to choose a selection of colours that go together. And also, off of camera, I have stamped a few images. So I've used this new stamp set to me, Bonanza Buddies and the Little Elephant. And I've just stamped a few and I've cut them out ready, and I'm going to add those onto my embellishments as well. I'm just going to put these to one side, and I'm going to make 3 of them, so let's just get started. So I'm going to start with these pieces that I've got here. These is Bermuda Bay and Grapefruit Grove with some Whisper White, and I've already stamped my elephant out, and I've used the Bermuda Bay for his ear. So this is just a case of building it up. So I'm going to start actually with the hardest bit, and I've got this black metallic thread, which is retired now, but you can get silver, and I think they do rose gold as well, or you could just use cotton. And I'm going to stick it to the back of all of my balloons. I'm just using some sticky back tape because I want the string to be, or to look like it's coming out of the end of the balloon. So there's all my balloons. We will be cutting these down because these are going to be too long. And let's build this up now. So I'm going to just stick this onto here. Just using a little bit of Tombow. And pop that in the middle. I'm just going to pop this up with some of these little foam mounts. I'm just going to centre that in the middle of this one. Before I stick my elephant down, I want my balloons to be positioned up in this corner, up in the left hand corner, and I want the elephant to look like he's holding them. I'm just going to stick my balloons together. So I have my balloons, which I've stuck together so they look good at the front, and my elephant, and I want my elephant to look like it's holding my balloons. This is a little bit fiddly, so I'm going to cut a bit of double-sided tape, but it needs to be quite small, and then I want to get all my balloon threads together. Easier said than done. Twisting them is the best way to do it. And then I'm going to put my bit of tape on the back of the thread, and then stick that to his trunk. So then when we flip it over, it looks like he's holding the balloons. Might need a little bit of adjustment. And so there is our elephant, which I'm going to stick my elephant onto the circle there, and then I'm going to pop the balloons onto the edge there. So I've added some foam to the bottom of the balloons so they can just stick here, and my elephant is going to go there. So I'm going to put my elephant down first because I want that in the middle of the circle. And then I'm popping my balloons down after. And I've just got my embossing buddy. I'm going to go over the back of this because you can see some of the foam, and I don't want it to be sticky until I'm actually using it. then I have my happy birthday, and I'm going to stick that across there. I decided I'm going to go across my balloons with my happy birthday. And there we go. That is the first one. A little bit fiddly with all the balloons and the cotton, but I'm quite pleased with the result. So this time I'm going to be using this shape as my base, and I've cut out the same shape in some of the 6x6 DSP, and I'm just going to layer these on top like this. So I'm going to do that first. I'm just using Tombow to stick these down. Okay, so that is the base, and then I'm going to pop this one on the top, so I'm going to glue that on now. Love this colour combo is really good. I've got these white lace die cuts, and I want to try and attach them around the edge of this. I've not done it yet, so this is a bit experimental. So what I've actually done with this one is I've just folded. So I've got the die, just popped in a bit closer there, and every sort of centimetre or so I'll just bend in and fold in that. Let's see what I'm doing there. So it looks a little bit like a gather, and I'm going to do that with, I have 3 of these actually. I've cut 4. I'm not sure how many it's going to need. It's very experimental. I'm not sure it's going to work. If it doesn't work, just won't put it on. There we go. So I've got these. I'm going to do one more. So I have my die cut here. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to run some snail all the way along the edges. Unbelievably, that one ran out. How annoying was that? Okay, so just all the way along the edge there, and then I'm going to try and stick it on. So I want the good side to go down this way, because this is going to be the back. I want to start about here, and what I'm trying to do is run the stitches along the back. I have absolutely no idea if this is going to work. You know, sometimes you get an idea and you think, let's try it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. Whoops. Actually, it's not too bad. I've used my silicone mat. I've actually got some glue on there, so I just want to rub that off. So I've actually cut another one exactly the same, and I'm going to stick that onto the back. And the hope is that it keeps it secure. So for first go, I'm actually quite pleased with that. I think that looks quite pretty. And I'm going to attach my little toucan. I couldn't remember what it was called then. How embarrassing. And I've got these little parcels as well, which come with the same stamp set. I am going to pop him up, I think. So I'm going to pop the parcels at the bottom, and he is going to be standing on them. Okay, I'm going to put that onto the back, onto the top rather, of my layer. And then that, I'm going to pop it so it is half on, half off. It's quite nice to get the little bit of black in there to mirror with our little bird there. Okay, and that is number 2. Okay, so these are the 2 that I've made today. And here is another one that I made at the beginning of the video. I forgot to turn the camera on, so you didn't actually see me making that one. But it's very similar to this one. I've used the balloons, I've popped the balloon up, and it's just like layer, layer, layer. Lots of layering circles on there. And there you go. How cute are they? Look great on a card or a tag. Or as I said, if you're doing a scrapbooking page, you look really good on those as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. If you hang on, you'll see a list of the items that I've used to use this. There's quite a few, but you can just adjust what you've got. If you know, most people have got circle dies, square dies, whatever, and you get the idea. So thanks for watching. I'm using quite a lot of products for these card embellishments, layers, card candy, whatever you call them. I'm using all of these stamp sets. So the Bonanza Buddies, Label Me Bold. Again, I'm using them for sentiments, and I'm also using the little elephant. And I've got the balloon punches and the elephant punch that goes with this stamp set. I'm using some of this metallic thread, and this is the black one. So I think actually this is retired now, but you can get it in different colours, or you could just use black cotton. The arts and crafts dies, the layering circle framelits. These are the stitched nested label dies, the stitch shapes framelits, and the stitch label framelits. So these are actually mainly sort of layering sets, so circles, ovals, and this one's got a pretty lace die in it, so anything that you've got similar. And I'm using the Bright collection of the 6x6 DSP. I'm actually going to be using different colours. I'm using the Grapefruit Grove today, Mango Melody, which is one of my favourites. I'm using Bermuda Bay, if I can find it. Bermuda Bay, and Whisper White as well. So thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.